Hi, this is Sandy from Nana's Crafts and More CO, and today I was going to bring this Heartbeat wreath so you can help me finish it. And I'm calling it the Heartbeat wreath because this is our center, which is beautiful, and I believe it's like a 6-inch, or let's see, nope, this is an 8-inch center. Purchased from monkeycreations.com. She makes beautiful centers that are a little bit different than just putting the normal flower center on your flower wreath. I am going to be buying some material so I can make my own, and I will probably try and put these up on my Etsy shop. I've already put a chenille stem to the back, so let me tell you a little bit about the board. This board is just a wood board that I had to place an Amazon order, and they sell these wood flower wreath circle forms, very similar to Unique in the Creek. I believe this would be considered a small. I believe it's a 12-inch, and I have zip tied all my outer ones, every hole, and then there's obviously a space, and then I went around and zip tied the next one and the next one. So we've got, this outer one is usually considered 1, so it would be 2, 3, and 4 have been zip tied. I used poly burlap Deco Mesh. Very versatile. If it gets wet, it's good because it's like a plastic. And I have already cut 8 white, 8 black to complete the outer circle, which was row 2. That takes 16 stems. And I've put in the second row, which I did in all black. That's 8. And the next row in will also be 8. And to complete this, I will be using a red flower to complete the center, before, or the 4th row. Sorry. I'm kind of like not able to count today for some reason. But let me put this aside. As you can see, I do have all the zip ties loaded. It makes it just easier because I band my flowers and I just slide them right in then. So let me show you, I have 2 petals saved in the red. Let me put this aside. And I had to start over because my camera had a mishap. So let me just show you, because I left 2 to show you how to make the petal. So the mesh was wood burned at 10 inches. And it's curl side up. I'm taking the top and bringing it down to the bottom. And I just line this up. And I take a clip and I clip it so that it's held together. Then I kind of run up this side, make sure that it's kind of decent. This isn't going to show, so it doesn't matter if the point at this end, is even or not. I just always usually take and put a clip in here. I really want more for this to be in line so that the other side's not showing. And then I just kind of take the other side and bring it together. And I always try and keep this edge that would fray, which is wood burn, so it shouldn't really fray that much, but I kept trying to keep it behind this other factory edge. And I just take another clip and I clip this. So next I take it and I bring the left side over into the center, and I want to make sure that this is all even. And I kind of push up and I take another clip to hold that down, and then I remove the clip that was holding the left side. I just kind of hold down the edge, and I take this and I lay this down, make sure it's all even. So you see that nothing is sticking out from the back side. And then I just clip it again. This is such an easy flower. I just love making this petal. So I just flip it over, and then I again come from left to right, I come down to this center point, but what you need to really watch more is that this is coming and meeting the other half underneath. So I just push down a little bit and I clip that. And then the next thing you want to make sure is that this is kind of still coming down relatively straight. And you want to bring this one over to here. So what I do is I'll take another one of my clips and clip this edge, and then I just gather this up down here. Now this is going to kind of come up a little bit, but you can just kind of push this down. It's really easy to work with. And it's pinched like this. Just pinched it. I take my scissors and I cut off some of this excess. Clean it out of the way. And then I take a rubber band that I got from the Dollar Tree. Get a whole bag of them for $1.25. Super handy. I just wrap it around 3 times and I kind of make sure that my flower is how the petal, I keep calling it a flower, is how I want it. And then I can take these off and then I just lay it over here. I actually have my zip gun laying on top to kind of keep them flat. So we'll do that one more time. Deco mesh cut to 10 inches with a burning tool to eliminate the fray. Factory side. I take the top, bring it down to the bottom, put in my clip, make sure this is relatively even going all the way up. Just don't want that underneath sticking out. And I take another clip and put it on here. And then I do the same to the other side. Probably couldn't see the first side very well, sorry. Wasn't really watching my camera. And then I just kind of put this down like that. Turn it to triangle. Bring this side down this way. And I make sure this is lined up first. And it is clipped so it doesn't go anywhere. And I lift this and I clip this together to hold it so it doesn't move. And then I go up toward the top, make sure that's kind of flat, and clip it. Then I just turn it over and repeat that procedure or process, whatever you want to call it. I always want to make sure I get this up here kind of close. And then I want to make sure this lines up. And I kind of just keep pushing this down so that it lays kind of flat. Put another clip in there. Take this one out. And then I just take this and I gather it into and pinch it just like this. Okay. And I cut off this excess because I don't want it in my middle, although I probably would have plenty of room. Although that probably looks weird because I'm not even a lefty and trying to cut with my left hand is kind of hard, but we manage, right? And then I'll just band this and we can get ready to load the rest of the board. Super excited to get this one out on my site. I think it's so cute. I mean, this would be nice for married couples, best friends. I know that sometimes people get that kind of tattoo, which is also really cool. So I'm going to take these last 3 I did and put my gun on top of them and use the bottom ones, which I've had sitting most of the night. So let me get the board. We'll wrap this up. All right, I always like to have my little needle nose pliers because it saves on my hands whatever, if these are a little snug and don't want to move. but we will start with placing this one in. And I actually go a little farther than the rubber band. I'm going in like a ½ inch farther when I pull my zip tie. And I did that on all the other ones. All right, just make sure this is pretty tight. And then you can just go all the way around before you actually cut these little ends off. I actually invested in a zip tie tool gun, which makes everything so much easier. Should probably venture out and play some music while I do this, except I'm taping on my phone, so I don't have anything else up here to play music. If you do get a little bit of a fray that kind of starts to stick out, you can just clip it off because it's going to get hidden under your next pedal. I think the red makes this really pop. And you don't have to be overly cautious with these kind of flowers, which is what I like, because no flower is really perfect. So if they don't all actually line up, I'm not always worried because maybe one didn't grow as tall as another. So I feel like, you know, that's kind of nice. These are very versatile, so once you put them in there, if you want to like kind of adjust them a little bit, you can do that. Just always make sure when you put it in that this open way is going the same way all the way around your wreath. That's about the only thing you really have to watch and pay attention to. Got a little bit of a fray here, this little strand, so just gonna cut it out so it's not showing up. Which, like I said, I don't think it really would have since we're overlapping. For all you women out there that have the strength in your hands, God bless you. I think I was one of those people at one time and just losing my hand strength. So this was a lifesaver. And then this is the zip tool gun. I got it off of Amazon. I don't have an affiliate link or anything with them or anything, so you could just go buy, you know, whatever. I don't get anything out of it, but this will tighten and cut. So if it's just, you hear it just popping, then I had the zip side tight enough. If you hear it go like more than one click, then it tightened, and the next time I do it, it'll cut it. I must have pulled these pretty tight. Yay. Awesome. All right, so now we're ready to put the center in. I want to make sure you can see this really good. I know you can't see the whole thing. I'm really sorry. I am not like very techie, I guess I should say. So before we put that in, we should turn it over to the back. These two holes are what is going to be where we put our hanger. And I could probably do that now by just taking a couple of these stems and putting them through. I saw someone the other day that was using like a needle. I forget what they said kind of needle it was, but that looked awful handy for trying to get these stems up here. So I'm going to say leave it about that high, because this way the flower will hide it. And I'm just going to twist it a couple times here. And make it a little bit tighter. And then what I do is I'm just going to cut these off kind of shorter. And then I just stick them right back into the same hole that I put them in the first place. Because then that hides it, doesn't scratch the back of anybody's door. Nice and smooth. And then there you have your hanger. So since this is our top, I want to make sure that this here does cover everything, so that's good. We don't have to worry about that. And I just need to pull it forward so I can see my holes. I'm gonna just stick this one down, not out far enough. Here it is. And then I'm just putting this one in and the one right across from it. Center. And then I'm just gonna tie it for a second, really kind of just to see when I hold up the center, it lines up. And when I do hold it from the center, it is lining up perfect. So I can flip it over and I can make this a little bit tighter. We don't have to pull it down too hard because that seems to be giving us good coverage. So I just want to kind of do that. I'm going to just check it one more time. This has some movement in it, so like when you do hang it, you can adjust this a little bit. This looks really good. I don't see anything showing. And that would be like just if you saw any of the rubber bands and zip tie. We don't see any of that. So I'm going to just take this now and tighten it up a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I'll come out about a ½ inch past each hole. And I will go ahead and stick this back in the hole that this came in. I've never heard of anybody having any problems doing it this way, like it popping out or anything. So there we have it, our Heartbeat wreath. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you know when I upload new content, and hit the like, and if you can, hit a share. That'd be great, so I can grow my business and I can get some confidence about getting on TikTok. This will be posted to my Etsy shop, and it'll be on Pinterest. I'll probably load it to my Facebook business page, and I may upload this also to TikTok since it's a video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.